So yeah, today we're going to be unboxing the MacBook Air M4 Midnight with 256 gigs of storage and 16 gigabytes of RAM. I did unbox an M2 MacBook Air about a little bit over a year ago in my other video, so you better watch that. And I'm actually recording this on my 17 Pro, which I unboxed in another video, so you should go watch that too. First we'll unbox or open the top tab. So satisfying. These ones are a lot thicker on the MacBooks. And then the bottom. And open. So now we got the MacBook Air. Now we can lift up this tab. And there's the main MacBook. I'm going to set that aside. I'm saving the best for last. And here, we got the MagSafe cable. This MagSafe. It's this really wide port that goes on all the MacBooks. These are always so finicky to get open. It's with all the crazy design that goes into the Apple unboxing, you'd think they'd actually fix this, but no. They just got to be different. So yeah, this is a nice matching cable. And then we got the plug, which connects to the cable. So now we can charge the new MacBook Air. So now, the moment you've been waiting for, the big reveal of the MacBook Air M4 Midnight, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage, 13-inch. Anyways, let's open. So you take the tab, you open on the bottom, and you can see the beautiful midnight finish. Open on the top. I'll throw that away. That color. It looks more blue in lighter settings like this area, as you can see. But when it's darker, it kind of looks more black. So now, we can open up the computer. Apple logo. Then we can take off this protective film. But now, it has the Mac OS Sequoia boot up, and it says hello. Hello MacBook. Now I gotta transfer my data from my other Mac, so I'll do that right now, and I'll be right back. Hello, so this is Mikey. 40 days later, I thought I might try this new format where I maybe review a little bit later. That's why this video took so long. But yeah, let's get to the review. So with the MacBook Air M4, which I'm actually recording on right now, and which I'm going to edit this video on, I've seen a lot better performance compared to the M2. I do play games on my MacBook Air, and you might be wondering, oh Mikey, why don't you get a Windows laptop then? And yes, you can call me an Apple sheep, but I only play light games like Minecraft and Roblox, and it still runs pretty well if I play Roblox on maximum graphics quality. I did get the midnight color, which can show fingerprints more, but it's not that bad. I'd actually, for my next MacBook, I'd still get midnight. There is one thing with the MacBook Air M4s. I wish they had ProMotion, and especially since there was a price bump recently with the MacBook Airs. They went from like $1,400 Canadian dollars to $1,500 Canadian dollars. I feel like they should have added ProMotion. Or at least maybe 90 hertz instead of just 60. I like how it's still light and compact, despite the ginormous power jump. It's still nice and light. It's the same as the M2, same body and design and everything. But it's still in this little tiny shell. The battery isn't much different from the M2. I still get the same amount of battery life in a day. For editing, like what I'm doing right now, well, I'm recording right now, but I will edit. It's good if you don't want to pay $2,100 for a MacBook Pro, or now it's $2,400. If you want to pay $2,400 Canadian for a MacBook Pro and you still want to edit, this is good enough. If you're doing like really heavy editing, then maybe get the Pro. But like for these videos that I make, like simple YouTube videos and smaller creators, smaller companies, still recommend the M4 Air, M2 Air even. They're great for this. Also, I went from 8 to 16 gigabytes of RAM. Thank you, Apple, for making that the base amount of storage. Everything loads a lot faster than before, especially with like macOS Tahoe. Now you got all this liquid glass and crazy stuff, so you need lots of RAM. So it's handy that there's now 16 instead of 8 gigabytes. Compared to the M2, which I had before, and you should check out that unboxing. If I already haven't told you that, I probably did, I think at the start of this video. But yeah, compared to the M2, it has the same specification coming to displays, It can support 2 4K monitors with the lid closed. And that is also just because it only has 2 USB-C ports. And then also with the M4 compared to the M2, you get 2 more CPU cores, going from 8 to 10 CPU cores. The time of recording this video, the M5 MacBook Air came out. I do recommend getting the M5 if you want a brand new one, and also just in general because you get double the storage, going from 256 to 512. But if you can find a deal good enough, like on Facebook Marketplace, maybe some refurbished, renewed, any of that, I'd say still go for the M4. If you don't need like that much storage, which also SSDs are a thing. You can always attach an SSD to your MacBook. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you think about this video, and yeah, see you later.